The all-new Echo 2. A new speaker, new design, and available in a range of styles, including fabrics and wood veneers. Echo connects to Alexa to play music, make calls, set music alarms and timers, ask questions, control smart home devices, and more instantly. Alexa is always getting smarter and adding new features and skills. Just ask Alexa to control your TV, request an Uber, order a pizza, check, and more. Wow, isn't that amazing? I thought TV remotes were the all-end-all of not being able to get out of my chair. I wonder what else they're going to have in store for us next. I was thinking that with that movie WALL-E with a little, and they're on this spaceship and no one has to move a muscle. They just lay on the couch and watch a screen the whole time and their bone density becomes nothing and they don't have to move ever. But the spoken word is powerful, isn't it? Speak the word and Echo or Google Home, whatever you choose, can snap instantly and make it happen. To a certain point. Not going to vacuum your floor for you, but you got that little thing that does that for you, the Roomba or whatever that is. And they say sitting is probably the worst thing for your back. So, whatever. Let's just sit there and relax. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I just want to play the remotes and have at it. But now Alexa. I wonder what would happen if God had Alexa. Maybe he did. Or maybe God had Echo or Google Home. And all he had to do was speak that and the world was created. Wow, wouldn't that be something? Amazing. The word is given. Now let's see what happens. All kinds of things. Just speak the words and things happen. Julie read Genesis, our God spoke the words and things were beginning to be created. God spoke more words and more things happened. And God kept speaking and more wonderful things happened. With speaking of the word, they were intricately connected to the world around us. And we're a part of this world that was spoken into existence. Words, words, words. For those of us who are rather quiet at times, or most of the time, words are powerful stuff. I'm still trying to remember that insurance commercial where they're all sitting on the plane and they say, well, it's investment firm. And so somebody says, and everybody stops and is quiet and listen to see what that person will have to say. You know what commercial I'm talking about. Probably not in your head. The words are important. When they're that important, you listen, right? Words carry with them a lot of things. They can be uplifting. They can be destructive. They can cut us to the core. Either way, for good or evil. When people say sticks and stones will hurt my bones, but words will never harm me, that's not entirely true. Words can do some damage. And words can lift up. You think of the words that God spoke at creation. The new world was created. You think of the words that God spoke now at Jesus' baptism. You are my son, the beloved. I am so happy with you. You make me proud. And there it is. Another new creation. It says that heavens were torn apart. The barrier that existed between heaven and earth is now no longer there. The Son, Jesus Christ, is now part of us, a human, crashed through the barriers and now is to do work among the people of God in a very intricate and intimate way. The new creation has begun. Jesus among us. And God is pleased. Like the weight of the world on his shoulders immediately upon the words of God. I can imagine. He's got the responsibility of being God's envoy in the world. I mean, I have got responsibility, and we all have responsibility of God's envoys in the world, but not probably to that extent. We can affect people around us. We can make a bigger wave if we so choose. But in general, it's not quite the same extent that Christ had upon his shoulders. And God saw that it was good. And Jesus undertook this and became for us the living Word of God, to effect change, to speak words to the people of comfort, of inclusion, of love, of mercy, of understanding, sometimes of puzzles, of paradoxes, a whole mix of things that Jesus talked about and said and spoke to us as people. And some people, I remember, this is kind of strange, and it didn't hit me until a few years ago, they said, my baptismal date is more important than my birth date. And I had to think about that. That was the date that became renewed, part of the family, symbolic of Christ's reign on earth, inclusion in the family of God. God speaking into the world forms a relationship that cannot be broken. And now we have access to that God who created all. Jesus' baptism bridges the gaps between heaven and earth. We no longer need Alexa or Echo or Google Home to be connected with God. Our life is one of prayer. How we live a life of prayer. And prayers, our communication with God. The barriers are down, the gloves are off. New things are about to happen. And we are the recipients of this great cosmic spoken word to us. We are to be creators in sync with God. Not on the same level, of course, we're not gods. But be part of that, an important part of that. We can speak words of love and kindness and hope and inclusion just as Jesus showed us how. Our baptisms are symbolized by this unity, this force for good, the spoken word with water that is so precious to us as Christian people, symbolizing God's love for us, inclusion in God's heavenly home. God speaks and it happens. Just like that. And we have a home with God always.